All right, here is my first impressions of Men of War 2. I have played the multiplayer extensively and I have played the single player quite a bit as well. If you're unfamiliar with Men of War 2, it has three playable nations: the Soviets, the Americans, and the Third Reich. They each have their own narrative campaign, as well as two further historical campaigns, a dynamic conquest campaign, as well as a skirmish like raid mode. I primarily played PvP today on launch day, but I had the game for about a week, so I played a bunch of the single player. PvP does come with a battalions mode, combined arms mode, and a classic mode. The battalions mode is 4v4 by 5v5, and you fight over two to three objectives on the map, and you kind of just form like this cohesive combined arms unit with four other players. It goes as well as you think it thinks it does, and you assault the enemy. There's a combined arms mode. It's 1v1, 2v2, 3v3. I could not find a match in combined arms. And there's classic PvP, which is 1v1, 2v2, 3v3. I was able to find a match, but I did not have time to play it. I just wanted to see what the matchmaking time was like. Overall, the PvP is great. I'm just going to start off with the positives because I feel like people like the positives a lot more than the negatives. So I don't think it's as bad as everyone's saying, but before we dive into the positives, please understand I received this game for free. So I may not be as hard on it as someone who paid $44.99 on it, or I may be a little too lenient on it, or I might just enjoy it. But regardless, I have played Call to Arms, I played Gates of Hell, and I played Men of War Assault Squad. I maybe have like an hour in each of those. This is the one I played primarily, and I primarily played PvP. Overall, I think the game's good. I don't think it's as bad as the comments are making it out to be or the reviews are making it out to be. It's a good, fun, easily accessible real-time strategy, real-time war game. There's not much going on. It has a lot of content. I mean, there's tons of campaigns. There's the Soviets, there's the Americans, there's the Third Reich. There's skirmish mode, and obviously has that dynamic campaign that everyone loves in Call to Arms. I don't know if they're like the same or if they're different, but I did play the campaign a little bit. A few of the negatives about that single player content, though, we're just going to touch on the negatives briefly, is it does seem like the tanks do kind of skid around a little bit, which is something I was not a fan of. So you'll just like drive through these. There's not like a realistic look to it. So they like when they like drive through trenches, they kind of like just skid or skirt around. And it can be like it can kind of break that immersion a little bit. Overall, when I was having like a really good PvP game, as you see right here, this is me playing the engineers, and I'm just fighting everyone off. And there's a reason for that, and I'll dive into that here in a little bit. But it's a lot of fun. I found myself getting more and more immersed in it, but I do feel like there's a lot more negatives with the PvP than there are positives. The single player campaigns are good. I didn't mind any of the acting, like the voice actings, whatever. I mean, I don't think voice acting in any video games all that good, but that's just my opinion. I played through most of the campaign, but I just haven't recovered that save yet. Regardless, let's move on to the PvP. This is what I have I have a lot of good things to say about the PvP. I really enjoyed it. I enjoyed my times in battalions, and I enjoyed my times as the engineers and as artillery. As like a primarily infantry based battalion and PvP battalions, I did not have a good time. The way the sight lines work, the way the maps are, the way just things aren't just there's just not cover. You don't have cover for your infantry to like bound forward to like wrap around and flank tanks. So you're basically just trying to fight tanks head on with infantry. So let's start with the maps. The positives about the maps, they're gorgeous, they look good, they feel good, but they're very wide open, at least the maps I played on, and that means there's not a lot of cover. There's tree trunks, the environments are destructible. You can build sandbags, you can plant mines, you can build buildings, you can build like 50 like 5 or 6 different types of bunkers, you can build gun nests. Overall, you can just build a lot of things as the engineers. As the infantry, if you equip engineers, you can kind of build things, but overall, your engineers are your backbone on the battlefield. And if you don't have any combat engineers, you're really going to struggle with pushing forward and securing objectives. So, what that means is you're just going to have a good time playing the engineers. Overall, I didn't play the tank regiments. The tanks really weren't that attractive to me. One reason is because there's this massive attrition that takes place in the game in PvP. If you've ever played like PvP real time strategy games, as you start to lose tanks, you don't recover those. So you really need to micro. And as the battle wears on, people start to play really, really cautious. So you don't have these massive breakthroughs. You'll see me like try and smoke positions and try and push through. And when I when I get that breakthrough, there's like 2 or 3 tanks just sitting there waiting for me. They're not even on an objective. They're just holding down like sight lines and setting up kill funnels. It's because you can't flank anyone, and I think people just haven't figured out the meta of the PvP yet. So let's talk a little bit about the regiments. So there's one that's primarily artillery, and that can be like different types of artillery, or it can be primarily like AAA or anti-air based. So you can kind of switch units out. It's really easy to use. I added a few tanks to my engineering regiment, so I have a bit more staying power on the battlefield. Because originally I only had 2 crabs, and I got rid of those 2 crabs. I added one more because I really wanted that firepower on the battlefield, especially for late game. You're going to get a lot of kills with artillery if we circle back to artillery. I mean, it's primarily like a kill based regiment, and it's almost like comical how effective the artillery is on the game currently, or how effective the airstrikes are. It's like borderline overpowered. Like I was making, and it's like not even a good regiment to have, or battalion to have like staying power on the battlefield, but you just need to like sit in the back line, and as your friendly spot units, you just call in one artillery strike or one little like mortar, and it kills 5 infantry. Then you go up to the next thing, and I really think it's part of the problem right now is the high explosives are just smoking infantry, especially with like how close those units are clustered together. I know you can spread them out a little bit, but that's intent. That's an insane amount of micro, and there's nowhere to put them is part of the problem as well, right? Because even if you're in foxholes or if you're in behind sandbags, there's not enough of a cover bonus to really like negate those shrapnel from the artillery or things like that. A lot of people were talking about how the tanks have health bars instead of armor ratings. I don't know about that. I heard they have armor ratings, but I don't know. Um, it doesn't really matter to me so much because the attrition is so high right now. And so let's move on to a few of the negatives with the regiments. At least in battalion PvP, they're not well rounded enough for me. You can kind of make them more well rounded for yourself. You also don't have enough units on the battlefield to really make an impact, and that could be because people don't quite understand the game mode yet. So what happens is you'll have 4 or 5 people on each team, and they set up a front line. What really needs to happen is you need to have like maybe like 2 or 3 people like form a front line, and then you need to have a unit, like a cohesive unit, to push through and secure the objectives. But instead, what happens is you have just 4 or 5 like 1v1s going on, and that's not really the intended thing to be done. It's supposed to be like capture the flag, secure, and hold it. But the battlefields are so wide, there's like lots of flanking opportunities. So everyone just sets up a front line and you kind of just sit there, especially how the units spawn. So a few other negatives. The pathing is really, really bad for some of the units, the combat engineers especially. I called some combat engineers at one point to build a bunker, and they decided to run across the front line all the way over instead of like spawning and going around. So some of the unit pathing is a bit wonky. The tanks do feel a little broken, and the flamethrowers have a lot of range. But the regiments are interesting. You can customize them a little bit. I don't really see like the battle pass coming into play. A lot of people were talking about battle passes, but I just don't think the PvP has enough staying power at this point because no one's playing combined arms, and it took me a while to find a game in classic mode. We'll see how the weekend goes. Beyond all that, it's a fun game. It's accessible. It's for hardcore people. It's for casual people. I don't have any issues really picking up and playing it. The rounds are a bit too long. They can go for like 30 minutes, which isn't too bad in my opinion. But the problem is they only go for 30 minutes because there's really no clear defined objective for PvP. And there's really not too much going on because you hit this point in PvP where there's this massive, absolutely massive attrition. And so the game freezes. Like the front line just comes to a complete stop. And so you'll see me in this map, like playing as the engineers, like holding the entire front line by myself because I think I had like 2 artillery regiments, and they just counter batter fire each other. The blast radius for the artillery shells is so big and it's so accurate that they just smoke each other. So they'll spawn one artillery unit, they'll blow up that artillery unit, then they'll blow up them, and then it goes back and forth until none of them have any units left. And so it's just like you on the battlefield, like holding this front line. And eventually I do get encircled by like 3 or 4 tanks because I just didn't have the staying power. I didn't have the bazookas or anything like that. And they also nerfed a lot of the bunkers, which sucks. Overall, I would really like them. So things I would like to see them fix would be the attrition, in-game attrition. There a lot of tuning needs to be done, and a lot of balancing needs to be done in the battalion PvP. And a lot of quality of life changes need to take place as well. I would like to see, like, how do I want to put this without being too harsh? They need to fix the end game battles. The beginning's fine because everyone's meeting each other. They need to take the units, the AI, they need to like drastically reduce those. They either need to reduce the health of the AI that spawn on the field, or they just need to drastically reduce the amount. And then the next thing they need to do is they need to leave the objectives on the map. Like, it needs to be on the map. No one knows where they're going, right? It puts two red arrows on the map, and I'm talking about your mini map right now. But no one really, it spawns all the way over on the other end. Like, it just needs to spawn it just needs to tell you where to go right at the start of the map. Otherwise, what happens, it'll go all the way to the east, and you're like, well, I can't just run 15 infantry over there, like across the front line getting shot by 5 different teams, and I can't spawn anyone else in to like support that. So it's just very weird how they designed it. And then it doesn't stay on the map. It flashes real quick and then it goes away, and it stays there for like 2 seconds, and it just seems to stop. Like, it starts, and I don't know if it's bugged, but it'll say, here's a flag, and then nothing happens for the next 20 minutes. So this is all within like the first 5 minutes of the game. It tells you to capture the flag, and then it tells you to defend the flag, and then it never brings it up again. Or it might bring it up one more time, and that's it. Like, then you're just battling for 30 minutes. Everyone's just smashing their heads against the wall. So I thought that was really strange. And then one thing I would like to see fixed is the attrition. The attrition's too much right now. Units are killed way too easily. Like, you can lose an entire squad to a mortar round, to a high explosive round, or if a tank just turns and just mows you guys all down, because like they can see. The tanks can literally see like everything around them, it seems like. They'll just mow like 5 infantrymen down in 2 seconds. And you're just like, okay, cool. There goes that squad. And yeah, that's one thing. And then what that leads to that late game attrition where there's nothing going on. It's just you, and like no one has any vehicles left, no one has any tanks left, no one has any artillery left, no one has any infantry left. And there's like maybe the person who kind of like played well or like played kind of reserve is just on the battlefield chilling, like waiting for something to happen. And you'll see that in this video towards the end where I'm just holding like 7 positions because people don't know how to revive yet, or they don't really know what's going on. They just don't have any more units left. Overall, it's fun, it's good. I know I said a lot of negative. There's a lot of positives about it. I would like to see it improved. It's a fun game. Hopefully, I can get some more content out for it. That's just not me rambling about PvP and single player. And I hope you guys enjoy. Oh my, let's just do my first impressions, right? So my first impression is just basically it's a fun game. It's a good game. It's accessible. It's easy to play. It's $44. I think that's a bit steep for most real time strategies on the market right now. I mean, but Homeworld just released for 60 and 10,000, over 10,000 people were playing it, but then it fell right off a cliff. This had 3,000 on launch day, so hopefully it picks up this weekend. And it's a good game. I think it's fun. I can't say if it's worth the money or not because I got it for free, but I'm not disappointed. And as long as the PvP survives, I'm gonna have a good time and I can make fun PvP videos. But I have Call to Arms. If you like Call to Arms, let me know down in the comments. If you like Men of War Assault Squad, if there's a good PvP element to them, I would like to do some cool PvP videos. All right, guys, check the game out. Let me know what you think. Let me know if you're able to play some 3v3s. All right, now enjoy the rest of the gameplay. It's going to transition into what I was talking about while I was playing the game. So it's going to be like a turn-by-turn, play-by-play type of commentary while I talk to chat, as well as what I'm doing on the battlefield. Beyond that, like, comment, subscribe, share the video. YouTube loves that shit. Share the video and it will do good. Peace. Watch the video. They're kind of in the shit right now. Am I supposed to defend that or am I supposed to take that? Because it looks like we're back on the attack, but it's showing me defend stuff. So let's see what we can do right here. All right, so that's where we need to go. I don't have any infantry, though. Come on, guys. Let's go. This guy just got one shot. Oh, my God. Get out of there. Get out of there. Guy just straight up got smoked. Alright, we need our infantry guys. Where are they at? Are they dead? No, they're right here. Why can't I see these guys? I wish they were like a different color. Alright, so we had to push across this line somehow, and I'm not quite sure how I'm going to do that. Because no, these are sappers. Like, you know what I mean? So we really need... We really, really, really need some people. Why does it feel like I'm starving right now for people? Flank from left, you think? Maybe. I think they're waiting for us to come through. I thought these guys could heal themselves, but I don't see that happening. So this sucks, like going across this open terrain. We're not doing that. We can kind of... If this guy's still alive, though, he needs a he needs an unalive, and this is a problem, too. Like, come on, guys. All right, so this guy's pushing, so we're just gonna support. No, 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 no. Hop on, hop on. No, dude, you're my support. Oh my god, we didn't have our own tanks, dude. I thought I got rid of whatever this nonsense is. Interesting. Come on, guys, get out of there. I'm almost done. Alright, you guys gotta get out of here, man. So they reinforced that really good. That was a really uncoordinated attack on our part. I don't really have places to put all these people. This guy's... I don't know why this guy's running in like that. We're done with that assault. Like, I don't have anyone to support, and it was kind of strange that we only had, like, an artillery gun to support us. Let's see if we can take that guy out. Let's see if we can take this guy out. Let's see if we can get some people. We're not, like, losing too many people. Alright, so I guess I'm supposed to... I guess we're defending here again? I don't really want to go back and forth, but let's grab these guys. See what we see. Back off this, because they're going to back off, right? Tank crew, tank crew. We have no bazooka guy up here. Let's reinforce with our one bazooka guy, and then let's come over here and check on these guys. Did they make it okay? Not really. We gotta like intensely micro these guys. We gotta get these guys out of the building. Sick. Is there anyone in there? Get in the building you blew up. All right, we got it. Boy, we are on... Oh, my God. We're getting, like, smoked over here now. Look at all this. Kind of pointless. All right, so there's smoke right here. I should have some bazooka dudes coming up. Oh, wow, those guys have been there for a while. I thought I told those guys to get in that building.
Sir, standing by for your orders.
All right, here we go.
In position, awaiting further instructions. Smoke deal is waiting for us. On your cue.
Did they just gun down my people? No way. No way. There we go. There we go. There we go. Come on, guys. I wonder if we're... oh, we're supposed to defend this. You know, this guy never dismounted this? Come on, where... I thought I was having more rocket launcher guys come in. There we go. There we go. Oh, shit, dude. We're pushing hard. You can do it. You can do it. I think orange has left. Orange's left is like collapsing. Left over there is collapsing. Oh, I totally forgot about this position. I feel like I have every position. Don't worry, guys. I got it all. I got everything. Look, purple's just letting his people die. That's just a medic. He needs to retreat from the battlefield. I don't think we're holding anything. Did I call that in? I could actually reinforce this if I really wanted to, which I may do. I haven't called anyone on the battlefield in such a long time either. What the shit's going on? Where are you guys going? Where are you guys going? Where are you guys going? Where are you going? Stop going. Stop. Are you my people? What are you doing? Oh, you're engineers. You just took the dumbest way to the objective ever. Why? Why did you run like... What the fuck did I just witness? Can you fire from there? Alright, so we're... Really, dude? Dude can't... Dude's shooting the building right there. Alright, so let's reinforce. Let's... I don't know why the engineers... Orange does not have left at all. We're getting like encircled. So we're pushing, yellow's pushing, blue's pushing. It's basically like we're just rotating the map 90 degrees. Come on, guys. Build faster, build faster, build faster. I should be able to pull a tank up, yeah? Oh, I don't have the points. I mean, these guys are rocket launchers, right? Can he hit that? No, of course not. I can't click on this one dead rocket launcher guy. They took my hill, guys. They took my fucking hill. They took my fucking hill. No, they didn't. They're dead. Oh my god, what's going on? Out of all the places he doesn't go through my banging ass minefield. They're in, guys. They're fucking in. What's going on right here? Oh, it's lagging, bro. I'm jumping. Yeah, basically. It's apparently I'm getting smoked. Oh my god. That lag is so obnoxious. Come on, you can get that. You can get that. You can get that. Why do they have so many tanks? Why do they have so many tanks? Why don't I have any tanks? Where's my teammates? Why am I getting like fucking yet another? I never played the other two, so this is new to me. I don't know why it's asking for reconnaissance when that lag, that skippy lag is so obnoxious. No, I just want you to like shell a position. I don't want you to move. You're fine where you're at. Alright, so we have no troops to mount a counter assault. So we're basically back where we were like 20 minutes ago. I guess we could have called in a tank. I mean, it's cool that we have like all this position up here that we've secured, but it sucks that we lost this. And we lost this position over here. It seems like they still have 5 people, and we don't. I don't think we really have anyone to reinforce either. I mean, we could get a supply truck over here, which I think is kind of pointless. Alright, we can get a supply truck over here someday. So here's our forces. They're finally back. But look at all this. Like, no. Like, where's our bazookas? Do sappers carry anything? They carry smokes, which I wish more of my units carried smokes. And this guy can actually retreat. These cement buildings used to be a lot better. Cement buildings. We're going to back up. And we're just going to F2. And I hit a button. And I don't know what button it is. How do I undo it? Is it F1? Is it F2? I don't want to control. I promise you I don't want to control. Alright. Oh my, what is the goddamn rotate screen? What is happening right now? What is happening? Please, free my soul. Free my soul, thank you. Alright. Camera controls, forward, backward, scroll right, zoom in, zoom out, rotate left, number 7. Fucking dumb. Okay. Why can't it just be right click? Why can't it be QE? Holy shit balls. Come on, don't stop. Nope, 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 nope. They got this locked down. That's the dumbest keybind I've ever. Yeah, me and you both, man. All right, so we got no Pans or Foss. All right. So we're going to get this tank on the battlefield, and I guess we will support this tank. I know there's like a lot of like health bar stuff. I don't know. I mean, personally, I feel like a lot the health pool is way too large. What's up, babe? For a lot of units, they don't get focus fired down as fast as I would like, but that's neither here nor there. All right, so babe. Sappers have smokes. So if I just click on one. So we're actually going to push here in a second. If I can figure out who these sappers are. And then we're going to start dropping artillery. Sorry, we got like really off schedule. Babe, I can't see the screen. You need to not rotate the computer monitor. All right, so there is someone there. So let's just start going like this. Let's support with our tank. We're going to draw fire with our infantry. And we're going to try and get through. Get on the other side. Alright. Alright, and then we need to grab this guy, F2. Alright, come on, guys. Into the buildings we go. Where did my tank go? We're going to push into this smoke. Looks like he's backed off, so we're going to try and set up on the other side of this building. Where we're going to expose